Hello, my name is Miss Miller. We're going to be talking about maps. Essential question: how can we use maps? Maps and globes are representation of the Earth's surface that are used to locate and better understand places and regions. Discussion: you can introduce the topic of maps to your class by saying a map is something you can see that shows you where things are. Places can be represented on a map. Maps show the location of things, such as your school or neighborhood. You can further the discussion by introducing the legend or key and explain that it's a list that tells the meaning of the symbols or pictures on the map. The symbols represent actual places, such as a restaurant, police station, school, hospital. You can introduce the globe and explain the globe represents the entire world. It's considered a mini model of the Earth. One great resource is getepic.com. It has a series of books. So here I search by maps. And we have Maps Are Flat, Globes Are Round. We have that book in English as well as in Spanish for our English as a new language learners. We also have keys and symbols on maps. And this book is found in Spanish as well. We also have reading maps. YouTube is also a great resource. YouTube.com has videos about maps. These two are great. Learn about maps. How to make a map, which is a great classroom activity. After students watch the video on learning how to make a map, they can create their own map. Liveworksheetscom is also a great resource. In this case, I selected one. It's called Comparing Globes and Maps. Students would select the correct word and put it in the correct place. A globe is a model of the Earth. You would drag and drop it. A map is a picture of a place. It would draw a line with the correct word. Press finish when they're done. You can check their answers or email them to the teacher. In this case, we're going to check our answers and receive a score of 10 out of 10. Wow.boomlearning.com is another great resource for online interactive activities. Again, that can be done whole group in the classroom. Students can take turns coming up. It can be done on an iPad independently. And it can also be assigned as asynchronous work. So here we're going to search for maps, reading a map. So once you've taught students about the key or the legend, here's their opportunity to read it. The question asks, how many restaurants are there? So students would need to know that this symbol represents the restaurant and count them. 1, 2, 3. Type in number 3 and submit. And they could go on to the next question. You can also do activities such as creating maps. I like to start with the map of the classroom because that's the one constant that's the same for all students. They're all in the same classroom. So they could create their own version of it using construction paper and drawing and combining them. You can provide shapes to represent the classroom and provide the students with a model, and they would imitate the model using the shapes. Students can also draw and create a map of their neighborhood. And they could also make their own map using a printable resource, such as this one, which can be found on teacherspayteachers.com. This one can be a cut and paste activity. You could also laminate it and use Velcro, and the students can Velcro the pieces on. Students can get creative and use art. Here, they use blue and green paint to create the globe. Here, they use puffy paint, which consists of blue paint, green paint, shaving cream, and white glue to give it a puffy or 3D effect. You can also use Play-Doh, blue and green, and I recommend taking out the Play-Doh that you want students to mix so they don't mix Play-Doh that you don't want to get mixed. Also, paper mache. You would start with a balloon, which is inside. Newspaper be placed on top with water and glue. Then you could add on tissue paper, blue and green. And once it dries, you'll have a representation of the globe. In conclusion, a map is something you can see that shows you where things are. A legend or key is a list that tells the meaning of the symbols or pictures on a map. A globe is a mini model of the Earth. YouTube, Epic Books, Boom Learning, Liveworksheetscom, and Teachers Pay Teachers have great activities and videos to teach the map and globe.